Sometimes things can get in your way. Sometimes people can get in your way. If things are picking at your purpose, they have to go. What's going on? It's your girl Kyra here, interpreter of African American history and culture, motivational and spiritual speaker. Now, today we are going to be talking about having crazy faith in the year 2021. You know, a lot of us is happy to see 2020 gone about her business, and we welcome 2021 in with open arms. So let's get right into this juicy video, y'all. Okay, so since we're talking about crazy faith, I just thought I would come with a video to ask you all, these are some of the questions and things you need to be contemplating over or thinking about when you're trying to have crazy faith for God to move in miraculous and extremely beautiful, bountiful blessings in different ways in your life for this year, okay? The first question I'm going to say you need to ask yourself is, what are you believing in God for in 2021? What are you believing in God for? Are you believing Him for a new house? Are you believing Him for a new car? Are you believing Him for a new husband? I'm just kidding. I ain't gonna touch nobody's marriage. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I ain't got nothing to say about that. But no, are you believing Him for a husband? And I'm sure we all got our hands raised on that one. Well, for those of us that are, you know, single. But what are you believing in God for? That's the first question you have to ask yourself. What am I believing in God for? For myself, for my family, for my loved ones in the year 2021. But for right now, focus on what are you believing in God for you. All right, the second question that you have to ask yourself, what are you willing to give and sacrifice? What are you willing to give and sacrifice for the things that you are believing in God for? If you are saying you want this godly man and you want this and that and the third in him, are you willing to give up the person that you thought was meant to be everything that you imagine him to be, except he's lacking in the very areas that God is calling for you to have? Are you willing to leave your home state and go to, let's say you have lived in Alabama all your life, but God is calling for you to move over to Texas because He wants you to work miracles there, or He is wanting you to work in a certain field there. You know, you have to realize that with great blessings and a lot of crazy faith, there is going to be a great deal of sacrifice that has to be had, whether it's on your part for yourself, or you're doing it on behalf of others, or just God is needing you to give up something. You're going to have to give up something, okay? And it's not saying like, oh, like, why do I have to give up something in order to be blessed? It's not that. It's just showing that you are trusting God. That's what that does, you know? So what are you willing to sacrifice and to give in order to show you have crazy faith? All right, the next thing you need to talk about is, will you remain faithful through the struggles? Let's talk about that. You see me blinking like crazy, right? Because I'm trying to make sure we understand that it's not going to be an easy road. Like, you have to understand it's not going to be easy. I hear a lot of people that talk about how they want to have kids, or they want to be able to start a business, or they want to get a new job. You know, it's not going to be an easy process whatsoever. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience, because I'm still in the processes of trying to get stuff off the ground and get things done and get things done and get things done and get things done. And so it's plenty of times where I felt like, y'all, I just want to let it go. Like, look, let me be content making this such and such amount of money at this such and such time, staying in this such and such, like, let me just do that. But I can't stay complacent. I can't stay comfortable, because God is not wanting me to stay there. He's wanting to elevate me to a new level. How bad do you want it, baby? That is the fourth thing you need to ask yourself. How bad do you want it? If you want it bad enough, meaning that itch, that burning in your heart, in your being, in your that very fiber in your being, it won't leave you alone. No matter how many times you try to turn your back on the dream, no matter how many times you try to turn your back on this, it will not leave you alone. And it's for a reason, darling. Because you weren't meant to leave it alone. It was not meant to just pass on by. It is defined and dwelling deep in your purpose. And I felt that just for a second there, y'all, because in our lives, the things that we want, we have to know to be willing to do whatever it is God puts in our path, to go through it, to get to it. So you gotta ask yourself that question. How bad do you want it? The last final question that I have for you all, that to make sure you are having crazy faith and to be on the road to having crazy faith in 2021, do you have what it takes? Do you have what it takes? Do you have what it takes to go through everything that God may test you and put you through in order to get you to your purpose? And let me tell you something. Let me go back because do you have what it takes? Sometimes things can get in your way. Sometimes people can get in your way. If things are picking at your purpose, they have to go. And I've learned this throughout the years. And sometimes, and listen, I don't always make the best decisions. Sometimes I backtrack, or whatever you want to call it. We trip up, we mess up. But one of my favorite quotes that I have always said over the years is, if I fall down 7 times, I'm just going to get back up 8. Y'all hear me say that quite a bit on this channel. So I want to make sure that we understand crazy faith is not something that we can just simply say we have. It's something you have to practice in your everyday life. When you get up in the morning, you go and use the restroom, brush your teeth and all that, then you need to pray. And I've been executing this, y'all. Like once I get off of here, I'm about to go and I try to read the Bible for 15 minutes a day. And I think I'm gonna do a video on that, like how to study God's word, preparation for that. I read the Bible for 15 minutes a day. I pray every day. I talk to God throughout the day, and I thank Him for everything He's done for me. And that's one of the keys. I didn't even write that down, but that's one of the keys to having crazy faith in this year. You gotta be grateful for what you already have. I ain't got much. I ain't got much at all, but guess what? I'm thankful for what I got. Thankful, because here's the thing: you have to ask yourself, put God, think about, put God in your shoes. Like you're parents. Some of you all are parents, or if you're not parents, just pretend you have children. If you constantly do the best you can for your kids, like you can't get them J's, but you got them Adidas. You can't buy them Levi's, but you decided to try to get them one pair this year instead of getting them like 6 or 7 pairs. You can't give them as many Levi's as they want. You can't take the kids to Disney World, but you try to take them to the local fair and amusement park. Now, you doing the best that you can, and you are providing for your kids, but they never seem to be satisfied or grateful. Think about how God feels about us. He blesses us with this job, we already want another. He gives us this, we don't want that. I'm not saying not to want more and strive to have more. What I'm saying is where you are at is where you are supposed to be right now, only for the sake of understanding that God can do more and He will do more. But you have to appreciate what you already have. And what you do want to have, He's going to provide that as well. God will bless us exceedingly abundantly and above all. That is what His word says. But we have to be grateful for the things He's already given us first. Because why would He bless you with more if you ain't responsible with what you already got? Bing! But those are just my last few questions and my little tidbit of information about how we should have crazy faith in 2021. So I hope that you all have enjoyed this video. Again, thank you all so much for tuning in to my video. If you like the video and the content on this channel, please hit that like and subscribe button down below so I know that you're rocking with your girl's YouTube channel. Thank you all so much for all of your support, and please share this video, hit the notification bell, and you all remember what I always say. Remember to always stay up and to stay blessed.